How to get over the fear of being alone. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Beany and I'm a certified trauma-informed coach that specializes in narcissistic and domestic abuse. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Today, I'm talking to those who are afraid to leave, or even those who are afraid that their partners will leave them. And one of the main reasons that terrifies you is because you can't bear the thought of being alone. This one fear is enough to keep you stuck where you don't belong, where you are not appreciated. Now, there are many reasons that we stay in situations like this, but from my experience, I know that the fear of being alone, at least at the beginning of the relationship, was at the top of my list. I had never been alone. I didn't want to be alone. I didn't trust that I could do life alone. And that one limiting belief kept me feeling stuck for a very long time. And as tough as it is to say, the way to get over this is to let them leave and to give it a go on your own. And when I say on your own, I don't mean by yourself with no support. I mean like having a partner to share your life with. Now, I'm not one that's going to tell you that, you need to learn to be alone for a specific amount of time, but here's the deal. You do need to learn to be willing to be alone. What the universe has in store for you after that, who knows? It's really important for you to be able to sit with yourself, to sit with all those false narratives that you've been telling yourself for your entire life. All those core beliefs that say, I don't matter, no one wants me. And when you allow yourself to kind of marinate in those thoughts, to let them boil inside of you, and then you finally get them to the surface, then you're able to deal with them, recognize them, and even reframe them. But as long as you have this person in your life who abuses you either physically, verbally, or emotionally, or who disrespects you and ultimately is not worthy of you, you will never have the opportunity to debunk all those false narratives you've been telling yourself. As long as you have someone, anyone as it may, you can continue to tell yourself, see, someone does want me. I do matter. Now, you know in your core that if one of the primary reasons that you're staying is because you're afraid to be alone, that in and of itself is not enough to stay. But those limiting beliefs and that narrative that you've been telling yourself for your entire life is an extremely powerful force. So now what? What do we do to change the narrative? What do we do to debunk that BS story that you've been telling yourself? That nobody will want you, that you don't matter, that you're not worthy. So here we go. Step number one to debunk that is to recognize the limiting belief. What is it exactly that you've been telling yourself? For me, it was, I don't think I can be alone. I don't know how to be alone. I don't like to be alone. But see, the truth was, I had never tried. Now, the second thing that you can do, once you've identified that limiting belief, now you have the opportunity to begin to ask yourself some really reflective questions like, what is the story that I'm telling myself? When did that story start? Is that story reflective of my reality? What would I like my story to be instead? And maybe what can I do to change the story I tell myself? Self-reflection is no joke. This is a tough process. But the third thing that you can do after you've been self-reflective, now you get to start to change things in your life. Things like your environment, the people, the information, what you listen to, what you watch, and kind of like your overall surroundings. Do they support this mindset that you've had, this negative mindset, or do they support the growth that you are hoping to see in yourself? Trust me when I tell you that choosing surroundings that support your growth makes the changes you need to make a heck of a lot more manageable. Now that you've changed your surroundings and what you're listening to and who, your environment, now you get to begin to tell yourself a new story. The story of being enough, the story of being worthy, being capable and deserving. You are the author, the editor, and the publisher. You hold all the power. Changing the narrative in your own mind is a process, and one that, quite honestly, you get to practice forever. Now, having said all of this, I have a couple of warnings here. Number one, you are changing a huge part of your life. You're changing your mindset, possibly your support, your environment. Don't let this overwhelm you and put you into a freeze state where you feel paralyzed by all the changes that need to be made. Taking things in bite-sized pieces is what you're going to need to do. Start with the smallest and build from there. Remember that imperfect action beats no action at all. And then the second warning here is to expect some setbacks. You are reframing a mindset that you have adopted for your entire life. There will be struggle, there will be bumps in the road. Keep going. So I hope that this video inspires you to make some changes about the own narrative in your life and what the story that you tell yourself, because it matters. And remember, you are the author. You get to decide. So thanks again for watching, you guys. If you could hit that subscribe button, the like button, and comment down below if you have any questions. I would appreciate it. I'm rooting for you.